fans! My name is Jade, and I'll be taking care of you listeners today, telling you all the fun facts and behind the scenes of the service industry. And this is coming from an introvert that's been working in the industry for years. Things can get, well, interesting, to say the least. There is so much that happens behind the scenes at any restaurant to attempt to give guests the best experience possible. So many people and their specific jobs have to be done as close to perfect as possible. From being greeted at the door, sat by a host, taken care of primarily by a server, with your order being sent back to the kitchen. The cooks make your food with help from the prep cooks who are there sometimes prepping the food on the menu since sunrise. After all has been said and done at your table of choice, a server assistant comes by to clean and reset the table to do it all over again. There are number-based goals for everything in a restaurant. Times, money, people, everything is calculated and down to a science. For instance, you may not know that many restaurants, especially the chains, get secret shopped. We get graded on how well we do our job. These kinds of statistics are no secret to the employees. Don't believe me? Allow me to take you through some difficult times. More times than I can count, guests have ordered things without full knowledge of what they're getting, then take whatever frustration or even anger sometimes about the reality out on us as their server, as though I ordered it or even made it for them. So then here I go, back to the kitchen to get this problem resolved. The kitchen of a restaurant is hot, smoky, and loud. This is not an ideal space to have a conversation with anyone, especially in a high-stress situation like a Saturday night, for instance. Now they're mad at me, and I'm mad at them, but I must go out to the table and be kind, understanding, and positive. There's a belief that people in retail work believe that every person that walks through the door has free will and can fold their clothes back and should after picking them up. But most don't because they know someone else will, and nobody will reprimand them for not doing so. The same thing holds true in the service industry. People sit down, and they make a mess that they would never make in their own house, and they leave it because they know that somebody else will clean it up for them. I know I mentioned that all of this information was coming to you from an introvert. Well, here I am, alive to tell the stories. Let's talk about what that's like and the toll that it takes on somebody with an already small social battery. Many days I wake up full of energy, but as soon as the thought of going to work and talking to people all night enters the folds of my brain, my energy immediately drains. The only thing keeping me going on those days is knowing that I will end the day with more money than I started it with. But in return, I will be both tired mentally and physically. It's a profession that people very often get stuck in. It's monetarily rewarding, but not always emotionally rewarding, especially for people like me. Based on data on cron.com, the main personality type that is most fit for this line of work tends to be extroverted and very agreeable. This makes sense, but I, however, I'm neither of these things. So you can see where things like that get challenging. Now that I have divulged some of what goes on behind the scenes while you enjoy your dining experience, I hope many of you can sit down at any restaurant and show some more patience, kindness, and humility to the humans on the other side of your meal. Thank you guys. Have a nice night.